Chris Landry on your radio, Monday edition of the program. Of course, Landry Football on X, LandryFootball.com. Same question for USC. Looking at a stat infograph here, they've got a winning record against everybody in the Big Ten. I mean, but USC over time has had, they've had pitfalls. They've disappeared off the map. They've been the best in college football for a decade. But it seems like Oregon today is way more ready for this run in the Big Ten than USC.
Well, and I think it's the head coach and the way that he plays defense. I know there's a little bit of a criticism of, game management against Washington, and, fair point, but still learning as a head coach. But look what Dan Lanning has done in terms of recruiting and how he's building it. He's building it almost kind of Georgia-like, and I'm not going to say he's, as good as Georgia's not. In fact, I'll say that he's not. But look at what he's done and look at the talent, the line of scrimmage. That's what's impressive. Whereas with Lincoln, it's kind of what he tends to do, and they're going to be hyper-aggressive on defense to try to create turnovers. It's all about the offense, and I think that's going to only take you so far. It could get you to the mountaintop, perhaps, but it's unlikely to be sustainable on a year-in, year-out basis because you're dealing with the offense has to be all on. It's, to use the basketball analogy, they have to have a hot shooting night every night because their defense doesn't get enough stops against good offenses, and I wonder how they're going to do in the Big Ten against teams that can run the football on them. So if you're able to control the clock against that defense and limit the offensive possessions, it's going to make it more pressurized for their offense to not only score, but score almost every possession because their defense may not get off the field enough to get enough possessions. Or will they get that defense better? That's going to be key. I think that Oregon is more prepared to be able to handle the physicality and the run blocking and the difficulty of playing in the Big Ten physically.